Hi everyone, Mike here from Bikes by Mike with another cycling related video. I'm in beautiful Brevard, North Carolina for a week of road cycling and mountain biking. I'm going to introduce you to some of my favorite routes and trails in this video, so stay tuned. Okay, let's get to it. So this is our fifth trip to the Asheville area, and there's three distinct areas we've stayed in, which are common to a lot of cyclists. So I'll run through kind of the pros and cons with each of those areas, and you can decide for yourself which is best for you. The area we've gone to the most is what I'd say is kind of Asheville proper. So that's within the city or just within the perimeter. And if this is your first trip to the area, it's not a bad place to base yourself in. From Asheville, you have access to just dozens of amazing road cycling routes going north, south, east, and west of the city. So you're not going to have any shortage of routes to choose from. The only slight disadvantage is that the best mountain biking is south of Asheville, probably about half an hour or 40-minute drive. So if you're looking for mountain biking, primarily you'd want to stay where we are here for our trip this week, which is in Brevard. And Brevard is situated kind of in between DuPont Forest to the east and Pisgah Forest to the west. So if you're a mountain biker, it's going to give you access to dozens and dozens and dozens of arguably some of the best mountain biking you'll find in the United States. So that's why we've decided to choose location here. Because I haven't actually ever tried mountain biking in this area, but people talk about it so much, I know I'm missing out on something. So I'm going to do a little bit of mountain biking, but my focus still is on road cycling because I'm trying to get some hill training in before my race later this year. Last year we stayed in Boone, which is about a 40-minute drive north of Asheville. And it is a spectacular area for road cycling, which is what I did. And I didn't do it, but I hear that the gravel riding is the best in the area around Boone, or actually to the north or northwest of Boone. So again, just an amazing place that you'll have no shortage of routes to choose from. Possibly for road cycling, not quite as many options as closer to Asheville, just because there's not as many paved roads to choose from. But in terms of what I did for my week last year, I had some of the best road cycling I've had anywhere in this area, in the Boone area. So you're certainly not going to lose out on anything by basing it out of Boone. I'd say the advantage Boone has over Asheville and Brevard is that, generally speaking, you get more for your money in terms of accommodations. So you're going to have a choice of a lot of great options. If you're looking for a house rental, particularly one with great mountain views, you'll find the best value for your money in Boone. So I'm going to guide you through my week of cycling. If all goes well and the weather holds up, which isn't looking terribly promising because there's a lot of rain in the forecast. But ideally, I'm hoping to do 3 to 4 days of road cycling and a couple of days of mountain biking, maybe a day of hiking with Ange, and that'll be my week. So I spent a lot of time to kind of narrow down the key routes I want to do for road cycling. And mountain biking, it's so hard to just choose a couple of days worth of trails because there's enough here that you can spend weeks here and not do all the fabulous mountain biking that's available here. But I kind of have my picks for what I think are good options for mountain biking and road cycling, so I'll share that with you this week. For sure, one of the highlights for the entire area is the beautiful mountains that you see in the background here. So let me tell you a bit about the Blue Ridge Mountains. So the gorgeous and incredibly popular Blue Ridge Mountains are part of the Appalachian mountain range and run from northern Georgia to southwestern Pennsylvania. The majority of the mountain range is in northern Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. The Blue Ridge Mountains are the highest mountains in the eastern U.S., with the highest peak being Mount Mitchell at 6,684 feet. The area is most popular with tourists in October when the trees are in their full fall colors. But before we get into the cycling, let's rewind 24 hours to tell you how we got here. So it's just around 3 a.m. We're just getting the bikes ready. So yesterday was interesting. Yesterday, the whole bunch of error messages came up on the car. We had failing brakes, we have failing brakes and 2 failing battery messages on our BMW i4. So I had to go BMW and see if everything was falling apart. As it turns out, the app was wrong. There's no issue with the car, it's just the app firmware didn't update properly. So that's kind of a waste of an afternoon, but at least the car is ready to roll. So we're still getting the car packed. Just taking a while to get the bikes on the racks, since we haven't done both bikes before. But we're off to Brevard, North Carolina. It's going to be just over 1,400 kilometers of driving, which we think with stops, probably 17 and a half hours of driving. We're planning 4 charging stops, with each stop about half an hour long.
Oh, it's not that much faster. That was 30 minutes. This is 28.
Third EV stop. We were planning to do over 300 kilometers a stop, but for the fast highway driving, we're only getting 250 kilometers. Now we're on secondary roads, so we're going about 100 kilometers, 90 kilometers an hour. And we're getting about maybe 350 kilometer range. So this is our third stop, and we probably have 3 more before we get to Brevard, North Carolina. But this is a good charger. Fast charge. 350 kilowatts. Yes. We should be out of here in 20 minutes. So I wanted to take a video when we first arrived at our house rental here last night, but it was such a long haul, I couldn't do it. So in total, we had about, we got in at what time? 1:45 in the morning. So we left at 2 a.m. that morning. So yeah, we were almost 24 hours transit time from our drive to Toronto to Brevard. That's elapsed time. Driving time would have been about 15 hours, but we ended up having to charge our car more often than expected. So we charged it in total, I think 9 times. Was it 9, 10? Because the range we got was only about, probably the most we got was 350 kilometers, but that was where we were driving at really kind of moderate speed on small 2-lane highways. But on the fast highways, we were only getting about 280 kilometers. So we had to add a whole bunch of extra charging locations to our route, which made for a really long day of driving. So when we go back, we're going to break it up into 2 days of traveling, 2 days of driving. And yeah, that'll make it a lot easier. But this is our house rental. You can see it there, right there. So here we have the garage. Pretty good setup here. Lots of room for the bikes. All right, take a look inside. Come in here. And just working out.
Carefully bring it up. We are into the upright rows next.
Bikes are here. There's one bike. And there's the other bike. So day 1 of Brevard, North Carolina. Today is the shakedown ride. Just a way to loosen the legs, get a short ride in, because I'm feeling pretty tired from the drive we had from Toronto. It's so long, almost a day elapsed time from the time we left Toronto to getting in Brevard. So for the shakedown ride, going from our starting place, which is our vacation home, short ride through Brevard, through the town, and then immediately on to Highway 276. So Highway 276 all the way up to the Blue Ridge Parkway. So from the time we leave Brevard, it'll be a false flat for a few kilometers and then 12-kilometer climb to the Blue Ridge Parkway. I'll pass Looking Glass Falls and Sliding Gap, Sliding Falls, Sliding something.
Rock.
Sliding Rock. It's Sliding Rock. So both of those are good viewpoints, good hiking trails off those, and probably will be a bit popular today on a Sunday. So I'll pass that, get to Blue Ridge Parkway. Later this week, I'll do a longer loop that continues on through the Blue Ridge Parkway and climbing up Pisgah Highway, which is going to be an awesome ride. But today, I don't want to go that far. So I'll go to the Blue Ridge and then immediately turn around Midway Point, and then it's all downhill, down Highway 276, back to Brevard, and then back to our rental house. And the rental house has a massively steep climb. It's short. I don't know the distance. It's only probably, I'm guessing 600, 700 meters, but it is ridiculously steep. So I'm really curious to see what kind of grades I get on that climb back. But the weather today looks really nice for now. It's sunny, but they're calling for rain. So couldn't do a long ride today anyway. So today is a good time to do a short ride and get a taste of what the Blue Ridge Mountains are like in this area, which is in Brevard, south of Asheville. So hopefully I can get some videos along the way and show you what the route's like.
Want water? Sliding up. Hey, how you feeling?
First day, I guess it feels so tiring. My legs just feel horrible. Any little climb and they just seize up. So just gotta get through this ride. Hopefully it loosens them up.